Amber, back over to you.
Brian, thank you. And out of the war with Iran, President Trump says both the U.S. and Iran want to make a deal, and he says talks are happening. Meantime, the president is giving Iran more time to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical trade route through which around 20% of the world's oil normally passes. He says Iran has 5 more days to reopen it, or the U.S. will strike the country's power plants. In the meantime, the president is also partially lifting sanctions on Iran and letting the country sell more than 100 million barrels of oil.
And Democrats are blasting the move, but it also comes as prices continue to go up. NBC Connecticut political reporter Mike Savino has more on what this means for the war and for consumers.
We are jujitsuing the Iranians. We're using their own oil against them.
The Trump administration is defending its decision to temporarily lift sanctions on Iranian oil. But moments after Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent made his pitch on Meet the Press, Senator Chris Murphy had this retort.
No matter how badly we fought the war in Iraq or Afghanistan or in Vietnam, I don't think at any point during those wars we were literally handing the enemy cash with which to fight our troops.
President Donald Trump is allowing Iran to sell oil already on ships, but experts say that 140 million barrels ready to go account for about a week's worth of the oil that usually passes through the Strait of Hormuz. One economist says this will have no impact on consumers in the U.S.
I think this message is psychologically reassuring for some people, but overall, I don't think it will make any significant impact whatsoever.
Bessent says this is about keeping Iran from selling that oil when prices get higher, thus limiting the profits the country can make. But Democrats blasted lifting sanctions on U.S. adversaries.
Which is better? If oil prices spiked to $150 and they were getting 70% of that, or oil prices below 100?
This action lifting sanctions on Russian and Iranian sales of oil is absolutely insane.
Of course, everyone wants to know, when will this war end? President Trump had threatened to bomb Iran's power system, but he backed off his deadline, saying that he had positive talks with the country over the weekend about ending the conflict. From Hartford, Mike Savino, NBC Connecticut News.